After the Jedi padawan Ahsoka Tano is captured and imprisoned for the bombing of the Jedi Temple, Admiral Tarkin begins his negotiation for her impending trial. The Jedi Council wanted Ahsoka to be tried by themselves, in line with Jedi tradition, but the Senate requests for Ahsoka to be tried in front of Republic Military Tribunal. In the end, the Council gave in to the Senate's demands, as they fear being viewed as opposing the Senate, leading to Ahsoka's eventual expulsion from the Jedi Order. But what if the Council protected Ahsoka and did not hand her to the Republic? How would this alter the fate of Ahsoka? Would this stop Anakin turning to the dark side? All the answers are about to be revealed. The hologram of Tarkin faded into the sunset of Coruscant, leaving the Jedi Council with a difficult choice to make. They could either protect Ahsoka and not leave her fate in the hands of the Republic, or let her go and protect their own reputation. Sazi Tin and Ki-Adi-Mundi deemed the possession of nanodroids to be an automatic path to guilt, but Obi-Wan feels protective of Ahsoka. Master Windu takes all of this into account and declares regrettably that Ahsoka must be expelled in the Chamber of Judgment. But then, Yoda speaks, stamping his cane onto the floor. The Grand Master had had enough of the Senate meddling in Jedi affairs, and this was another example. The others had also not considered the effect that this would have on Knight Skywalker. Ahsoka could not be expelled, whatever the evidence against her. Whilst the Jedi Council are shocked, Yoda is insistent. Ahsoka stands onto the rising platform in the middle of the chamber and pleads her innocence. Although the circumstantial evidence pointed to Ahsoka being guilty, the Jedi allow Anakin to continue the investigation through the lead given about Ventress. Anakin finds Ventress, and eventually this led to the arrest of Barriss Offee. In the meantime, the Senate is at odds over what to do with the Jedi Order. The Jedi were supposed to be keepers of the peace, but now there were soldiers in a political war. At this latest example of defiance, Palpatine rubbed his hands with glee. This had been the opportunity he had been looking for, to show the Republic that the Jedi were nothing but traitors. As Palpatine's podium rises up, he begins to manipulate those doubting the Jedi to now hate the Jedi. With the arrest of Barriss, Ahsoka stays in the Order, as the reason she lost faith in the Order in the first place was because of her initial expulsion, but she still has some doubts about her place in the Order. Ahsoka remaining helps Anakin, with his resentment towards the Jedi reducing slightly, and it also allows him to tell Ahsoka about his marriage to Padme. Ahsoka is not surprised, having known it for years. With this considerable weight now off Anakin, Ahsoka asks her master to inform Obi-Wan. Anakin is terrified. He'd rather face a nest of Gundarks given the choice, but with a push from Ahsoka, Anakin finally tells Obi-Wan in his room. Obi-Wan is disappointed, but promises Anakin he will not tell the Council, for he was his brother. Back in the Senate, Palpatine is feeling even more content. His manipulation of the entire Senate was nearly complete. Even finances to the Jedi were being whittled away, and he heard from several sources of dissent amongst the Jedi Order's organisations. But something new itched at him from his potentially new apprentice. After the rather dull Senate meeting, Palpatine beckoned Anakin to his office. Knowing Anakin had been affected by the nightmares about Padme, having induced some of them himself, Palpatine tells Anakin about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Anakin's intrigue grows with each passing second, as not only did he have Padme to be worried about, but also Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. Palpatine's original plan to make Anakin a master is now forgotten, with Anakin drawn in. Palpatine waits for several days, until the unrest reaches its peak, with another bombing of the Jedi Temple, this time near the Great Tree, its source as yet unknown. At the sight of their symbol of the light being heavily damaged, the Jedi Order's once stable hierarchy descends into chaos. All over the galaxy, Jedi begin to defect from the Order, sensing the darkness taking over. The Separatists are also confused, but Palpatine shepherds them to the planet of Mustafar, where they would remain until his new apprentice arrived. After this, Palpatine executes Order 66, which largely goes unnoticed amidst the turmoil. Vader heads to Mustafar to take care of the Separatists after visiting Padme, and whilst this would have been difficult, to his surprise, the corpse of Grievous was already sitting on the table of the council table. Turning to meet the members of the Separatists, he lifts them all up in the air, torturing them for the location of Dooku. But all they knew was that Dooku had escaped. Releasing his grip, Vader takes his anger out and dismembers all of the Separatists. He would not let Dooku get away. Moving back to his ship, he is confronted with the people he had aimed to protect. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are confused, seeing Vader's apparent anger towards them. Padme is also hesitant, seeing what Anakin had become. Igniting their blades out of caution, Obi-Wan and Ahsoka stand in front of Padme in defiance. Vader ignores them and uses the Force to move the stationary ship onto Padme, crushing her back. Obi-Wan engages Anakin, whilst Ahsoka lifts the ship off of Padme. Leaving Padme to heal in the hands of the droids, Ahsoka joins the battle. Rushing through the nest of bridges and burning metal, she finally sees Obi-Wan standing atop a lava bank, knowing what Anakin is about to do, now, with a choice to make. That is it for part number 1 of What If the Jedi Never Gave Ahsoka to the Republic. If you'd like to see part 2, please like this video and subscribe for more tips. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.